Hello everyone and welcome back to the Janky Skies of Bentley. I love doing that. This is so much fun. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Anyways, welcome back everyone. We got a lot left to do here, and yeah, so I'm gonna try. This is my attempt to possibly try to get these out a little bit more often than the holiday season because of, well, there's a lot of stuff going on, and actually just things have been picking up for me lately, honestly, and so I haven't really, it's just, time has been kind of crazy. So anyways, we'll go ahead and jump into it today and start working on a few things. So basically last episode we set this up, and we got, or at least I got some messages about this on Twitter, some comments I'm sure, and everywhere just kind of letting me know that, hey, there's some better ways of doing this. But I'm not going to worry about it too much because a lot of the resources we're getting in on these, it's just like, it's just a lot more than I really feel like I need to do kind of thing, you know, right now. So I'm not going to worry about it too much because these things are also enchanted. We got some really good enchants on these because we have the ability to go higher than vanilla enchants. So it's going to make them more efficient that way. So probably if you do it that way, you don't really have to worry about being too crazy with it. It doesn't look like, from what I saw in some of the messages I got, the percentages were that crazy. So yeah, I'm just kind of happy we're getting a few things in. So we'll just kind of go with that for now. These things should last us a long time, and we should be getting a pretty good amount of just some free resources coming in. Now today, I kind of want to work on this stuff a little bit more. We got all of this kind of set up, and unfortunately, is this still death? Yep. That's still painful. It's still painful. Alright. Good to know. So, probably to prevent that from happening. Yep, okay. Alright. So, let's see if we can try to fix that up a little bit, because that is going to get on my nerves. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab us... Oh, wait, we're out of glass. Well, dang. How about some sand? Let's grab some sand. Alright, cool. So today I want to try to set up a system for downstairs and see if we can try to get everything that we set up the way we want to be working and processing it the last step. So let's see if we can try to attempt that today. So what we're going to have to do is, oops, I don't know why I jumped. We're going to have to send out, this is sending out from down there, which is one system that we have set up, and this is for our cobblestone, which we're going to have to start pulling that in a little bit more now at this point, which is going to be a little weird. I wonder, actually, as long as they don't touch, what we can do is pull this over and call this a storage. So let's do that real quick. Let's go ahead and grab us a external storage. Actually, it'd probably just be better just do external. Let's see what we got. What we need a destruction core. My mouse is feeling a little off today, so I apologize for that. I'm not sure what's going on with it. There's just been some weird stuff. So if we do this, right, now what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of that. That's just kind of in the way. If we do this, and we pull this in such a way to where it does not connect to this system, we should be okay. And then we can just turn on the cobble gen, and it should just keep this thing filled up, and it's like just completely different. So it shouldn't really affect us too badly. There we go. Now we just need to connect it again. Alright. And with that, we should be seeing cobblestone coming in. Look at that. Nice. So at the top of the screen, we can see the increase of cobblestone coming in, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want. We don't have to worry about that anymore. So there we go. So cobblestone production is a go. Now we can just let this thing run out of cobblestone, and that's perfectly fine. Not a big deal. Is our key in here? It is. Okay, let's grab the key. We're going to grab gravel. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little gravel down here, and then we're going to quickly lock it. Because what's going to happen is it's going to do that. It's going to do that. So what we can do to just negate that real quick is just kind of pick this guy up for the moment. We'll try that again. Gravel. There we go. Boom. Bam. Alright, so that locks that slot to gravel. So as long as we have that, we should be good. We'll pop that there. It's going to pull all the gravel out. It's going to start doing its thing up here. We should see it getting washed. It is. Look at that. There it goes. Now it's going into the system. So now we got all of these ores, and we need to get those fixed up. Now the downside of this is this particular setup here is on our other system. And after realizing this is not going to work for me. So what we're going to need to do is I want to make sure to get this item back. So let's just go ahead and break that with the magnet on. And we're going to go check out our glass because we need to get some of that for this particular fun little setup here. We're probably going to want to go in on the opposite side this way instead. So let's go ahead and grab our glass. Let's actually sleep through the night just to get rid of the rain. This is horrible for the encoding and rendering of videos out. It's kind of obnoxious in a sense. So we're just going to go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, let's go ahead and let's get our glass. What is made of it so far? And constructor. Okay, so we're probably not going to end up using the constructor for this next setup. And the reason for that is because it's not going to work out too well. Our constructor can only do one item at a time, and it seems that the filter thing is not necessarily working. We can try it because I believe it has been updated since MC, but look at all of the ore chunks that we have coming into the system now. So we'll just grab a bunch of these things. Let's see, what do we got? We need copper. I got tin, bismuth. I think I already grabbed zinc. We don't really need a stack of each of these either, by the way. We don't need that much. I'm surprised, actually, do I not have any gold? Oh, we do, just not a whole bunch. Dang, look at all the blocks of gold we got. Holy cow, that is a lot. Alright, so let's do this. We're going to go ahead and click these each in there. And we're going to try this one more time with a constructor. I don't think it's going to work, but we can give it a shot. So we'll go ahead and place a block down right there. Our constructor. Turn on our magnet so we can grab our item back. And then we're going to need more cables. So let's go ahead and get those crafted. Unless we have some more. We do not. Alright, get a few of these crafted. Okay, that's it. That's where all my glass went, by the way. I figured it out. I figured it out. There we go. There's all my glass. Goodbye, glass. Nice knowing you. Alright, let's go ahead and take this down here. And we'll see if we can try to connect it to the appropriate system downstairs. Alright, so our appropriate system would be this line here. As you can see, it's coming in that way. We're going to go ahead and run this over from here. This should be safe enough. Notice I said safe. Because we're trying not to touch this system by itself. This is mainly for our cobble system. We don't want this to be interacted with our main system, so we can leave these items in there. Now, there's other ways of going about doing it, but I just kind of felt like it was kind of cool and fun to do a separate system. Obviously, like I said, there's always different ways of going about doing things, for the most part. Okay, so the filter is not a thing. Let's go ahead and see. Item types, fluids. Okay, so that is not a thing. Extract mode on. Drop blocks instead of placing them. Yes. So if we put the filter in there. Alright, so that is still not a thing. Okay, good to know. So this is why our filter system is not going to work. And we cannot be using this guy. So let's go and pick this guy back up. And let's go craft something else. I just wanted to see if that was going to work since the update. I'm assuming the filter is maybe for something else. I think it's probably for filtering out things and seeing, you know, your ores and everything like in your system. But I thought maybe it would do a little bit more than that. But it's okay. It's okay. So let's go ahead and type in our dropper. We're going to grab this factory dropper because this guy is pretty great. I do like this factory dropper. It's pretty nice, in fact. All right, so we'll grab this guy. And then we're going to need an extractor. So let's go ahead and grab... Or actually, it's not an extractor. What am I thinking? Export bus. Man, I'm just crazy, man. I'm just a crazy guy. What can I say? Alright, there we go. Extractor. Extractor. And all of the levels we have, by the way, we do want to... I do want to start working on that soon, which is upgrading our mob farm. Moving it, basically. I want it to be a little bit closer to us. It works just fine right now, and we can actually go over there. This is just kind of a tangent real quick. But we can actually come over here and see that there are a ton of mobs just chilling inside of here. And this is a small dark room, right? And it's working just fine. Like, we're getting XP, we're getting mob drops, it's a thing, it works, you know. But we want to automate this, right? We want to automate this so we automate all of the drops that we're going to be getting in. We want to automate just a bunch of stuff. And hopefully we can still get XP out of it so that way we can collect it anytime we need for Apotheosis Hell Enchanting. Because Hell Enchanting is pretty awesome, in fact. So let's go ahead and get rid of all that. And I'll put it all in the mob drop so we don't have to click every single thing in there. Alright, so there we go. So that's set up. That, as you can see, it still works pretty well. I mean, it's not the best thing in the world, obviously. But it works, you know. And that's what we need right now. I mean, it's... I mean... people will always have to say something about, you know, anything in some instances. So, for me, it's fine right now. Eventually, we are going to make it better, though. Yes, that is the plan. All right, so dropper. Okay, that did not do what I wanted it to do. I need this to go the other way. All right, let's do this for now, actually. Let's go ahead and grab a bucket. Let's go ahead and pick that up because I do want this to go in a very particular spot. Like that. Alright. So I'll get down there. Grab our bucket back. Let's put our lava down. Let's get this guy out of the way because we are going to set this up on the exporter now. Alright, so this should be enough, I'm assuming, for the majority of the things that we want to export. Now, we're going to probably want to set up a couple speed upgrades. So let's see if we can make a couple speed upgrades. Speed. Actually, a stack upgrade would probably... work a little bit better if I have the amount of stuff that we need for this. Now, I got a little bit of glass cooked up there. We are going to need more of this quartz iron, obviously. We always need a ton of this stuff, but we should be good on quartz. Iron we should be good on after we start getting it melted up. The only other thing is this improved processor. So we're going to need like 4 of those if we want to go ahead and make the stack upgrade. So let's go ahead and craft 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, I had another upgrade in there already? Oh, okay. Well, we'll do a stack upgrade. I think a stack upgrade should be fast enough. Alright, so that is in. We're going to go ahead and set this up to everything extract mode on. And then we need to set this up with a signal, which means we're going to need one of those clocks over there. So let's craft up a clock. Redstone clock. Nice and easy because of our system we have, our drawer system. It's working very well. Alright, so that should already be working. Is it not? Do we need a lever on this again? I keep forgetting if we do or not. It might only do the sides, not the top and the bottom, which is okay, in a sense. This actually could... Actually, this magnet we have is not really going to help that very much. Interesting. Okay. Well, we want this fast, and we're going to go ahead and set this up to the top, which is the amount of items I believe this is. I'm not really sure what this is. These things are weird, but I really like them. I want to learn it a little bit more and figure it out, but it is pretty neat. I will say that. Ow. Okay, yeah, I meant to fix that. I meant to fix that. Give me my glass back. Where is my glass? Alright, fixing that problem right now. That should solve that issue for the foreseeable future. Alright, let's see if that works. Why is this not working? I thought this was to turn this on and off, but this clock is seemingly not working. If I flip this... Yeah, that one's working. Wait, what the heck? Why is that one working and this one ain't? Yeah, the lever was to turn that on and off. Why is this not working? I don't see the hatch open. Is it because there's nothing to... Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Ah, yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. That makes sense then. Okay. Why is it not dropping this stuff? Wait, why is it not dropping the rest of it? That's weird. I see it pulsing right there, but it's not. It's like it's not doing anything. Is it because it needs a particular amount? Ah, maybe that's what that is. So it can only do a certain amount, and it has to be in there, otherwise it will not do it. Unless that's what this means. Yeah, I have not a clue. I'm gonna have to look this up because I have no idea what this means. Because I see it pulsing there. What is... This is unfortunate. Okay, it's fine, but, I mean, it'll work. We just, I guess I have to have a certain amount in here for it to actually work. We'll do something like that, I guess, for now. Yeah, I guess that'll work just fine, I suppose. Anyways, alright, let's go ahead and just get this going. So let's turn the magnet off. Let's go ahead and pop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Let's go ahead and do that. It's going to start pulling out the stacks from our system. It's going to start going down there. And unfortunately, we need to stop this already because I forgot a very crucial part of this, which is... Boop. Alright, yeah, I went ahead and grabbed a good portion of that. Some of it actually turned and converted into the ingot form, which is fine. But we need our last step, and that is our... Which one is this? Which one are you? Destructor. We need the destructor. Okay, so we need the destructor now to go and pick everything up. Alright, destructor. I have kind of slightly forgot about this, as it has been a bit. Alright, so the destructor, plan number 2. This should be the second part, and if I am correct on this, should be right there. Perfect. Nice. Alright, let's go ahead and grab that andesite. We'll place it there so we can place our destructor down, not the constructor. We need to probably put that away for now, so that way we don't get confused. Alright, and there you go. As you can see, it's already on and picked it up, so that's a good sign. So pick up items instead of breaking, yes. Alright, so it's going to start picking those items up. Magnet off. Turn this on. Actually, hold on a second. That's just going to cycle those items through. So we need to set it up to either only pick up certain items or ignore other items. So we're probably going to go and set it up to ignore these items. How's our cobblestone doing? Oh man, look at the cobblestone go. Keep forgetting about this. See, this is another good place where having a filter would be great. But we wanted to ignore iron chunks, zinc, bismuth, gold. Alright, so that's what we got for right now. Mode blacklist. So that should be good. So blacklist those items. Now if we turn this on, we put all of this stuff back into our system. Boop, 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 doo, 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 doo. Just like so. Let's grab some fish. Alright. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Boop. It's not picking them up. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, let's go ahead and turn that off for a moment. Watch these things kind of get smelted up. I'm not seeing anything really... Okay, there they are. Actually, it's picking them up pretty quick. I don't think we're going to really need an upgrade for this then. So it's just free smelting. A completely free system of getting resources. This is how cool Create is. Not to mention the fact that we have all of these awesome gears and everything else. Like, this is just completely free. And we can just watch this work now. Perfect. Don't have to worry about it anymore. Good stuff. I like it. Let's go ahead and make this one the same because It needs to be. It's gonna bug people, I know. I can change this up a little bit and maybe do something like this. And we can try to make this look a little bit nicer over here. Pick up the torch for now. This will kind of hide some of this interior stuff as well. But we can do that. And then we can even change it up. I know we got a little bit of those over there as well. So this is me trying to make things look nice as well while we're doing some work. You know what I mean? So if we open this up again, we can kind of see, we're seeing the tin nuggets and other things are pretty much building up, and we're going to be going and seeing these things kind of go down. Now, eventually, we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do with this, because I don't even know if I'm going to be going into tech chemistry. I'm not even really sure what it's about. Tech chemistry. This is plan tech. Tech chemistry. This is tech chemistry. So a nickel gear, fermenter, distillery column. This could be interesting. I have no idea. I've never played with this mod. I have no idea what it is. Slowly, passively generates heat during the day. This is some very interesting items, and I'm just not really sure what the purpose of this is. I'll have to maybe consider what the deal is with that. Unless you guys know, you guys can always shoot me over a message and let me know, but I have no idea what that is about. What the purpose of it is, as I have not really looked into it very much. Alright, so let's go ahead and try to make this look a little bit nicer. We'll place a torch up here. And yeah. Now we shouldn't have to like turn that off at any time. I think it should be fine. Should be fine. There we go. See, that looks pretty nice. Now it looks like it's kind of like its own machine in a sense, right? I like it. Now what we can do, we could just apply and put a... Let's actually do that real quick. That should allow that to turn that off. I think we're out of this stuff. There's no transmit... Oh, we're out of power. That's why it's not exporting anymore. Man, we're going to have to start working on power again soon. Either that or build up our capacitors more to last longer during the nighttime hours. That is probably what's going to have to happen. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely going to have to be a thing. Alright, so this is our backup over here. This is our backup power. Remember? I remember. So we just give our system a quick jump start there real quick. Perfect. Alright, now what was I doing? Oh, right. I was going to grab some redstone. Redstone. Which is another thing, by the way, we're getting a little bit low on. You see the blocks. If you see the blocks and you guys are new to this video, then you probably don't know, but the blocks are the same amount as our others, so just letting you know. Alright, we need to get up there. Is it still dumping? Did we run out of ore chunks already? Pretty much. Now we have lead, silver, nickel, and bauxite as well. So that's another 4 items that we're going to need to do. And as you can see, this is where an issue comes in. But what we can do is we can just set up another exporter on another side. But the problem now is going to be picking them up. That is going to be an issue. We're going to have to figure out what we can do to pick those items up a little bit differently later on. We could probably put one on this side. Or maybe even this side. Another one of these structures, that is. And it should still pick those items up as long as it's pointing into this block space. So that should work. So we might have to do that. In fact, we might actually just go ahead and do that. I don't know what we're getting those from currently. We should be able to turn this on to grab our... Can we do that? Okay, good. Alright, so we see that as a signal coming out, which is fine. Actually, we don't want that one there. We want this block here, actually. So that should still turn that off. Now, we're going to have to check that somehow. So let's go ahead and check it by turning this guy on. That'll give us some more ores to work with. I should plop it down in there. There it goes. That should start washing it, and then we should start seeing if this is actually turned off, then this should not work. Okay, that's a good sign. There we go. Perfect. So it does work. Awesome. Wow, look at that. We have automated the system. Now I can just leave this on. Let it produce us up the gravel that we want from the cobblestone that we're getting in automatically. And it will just automatically make us resources. Now, there is a thing. We have the shut off things for a reason. And the reason for that is, well, because what happens when our system gets overloaded? Now, there should be a thing in this to where it shouldn't be that bad. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff here. Actually, I think I know what happened. Wait, what? Wait a minute. This was like nearly full before. I wonder why. Now it's not. Did I lose a ton of items? Oh, that's what it was. Never mind. I know exactly what it was. That makes sense. Man, I am just a big old derp today. Look at that. I'm just a big old derpy derp. So what happened was our system was getting completely full in the last couple episodes because we had all of those ore chunks in this system. They were being stored inside of these discs. But all of our ingots are being stored in this, so it's not taking up space in this amount of storage that we have. There we go. Problem solved. We just got to make sure we do that, and everything's fine. Hunky-dory, happy day. So as long as we can find the things that require and take a lot of stuff that is not a part of the system, and the way we can do that is, if we would, and this is the other thing, we turn this off, for instance, so it prevents any more from coming in. We'll let this finish doing the remainder of the ores that it has, which we don't really have to right now anyways. But if we just disconnect this, turn on the magnet for a moment. Actually, let's just turn off the cobble for a second too, because I don't want to be picking it up. All right, so that should be that. That's going to disable our network from that. So once we come back up here and we take a look in the system, we're going to notice that, wow, we got a lot of cobblestone. Well, it's hooked up to that down there. That's why we have so much cobblestone. What do we have a bunch of that should maybe not be in our storage? This is the reason why we have this particular system set up as well. So we don't have to go too crazy on making resources or things like drives, you know, if we don't want to. We can just store them in the drawers and then just convert them over with the extra space. So like we have all this extra space over here. Say for instance, like leather. Yeah, actually I remember why we have so much leather. But leather is a good one we can put in there. Seeds. Now, I thought I had seeds up there, but I don't know if I really need that many seeds. But we'll just go ahead and put them over there, for instance. Just to kind of get them out of the system, clean things up. And seeds can go right there. Leather can go right there. And then we look at that, we're just clearing up space. So things like spruce logs, we're probably going to be using spruce for a majority of things. So we might as well put wood over there. We probably do need a wood farm as well at some point. Because that is also like a tree farm. That's going to be free resources, basically. So we'll just say, hey, those go there. And then what else? Prismarine crystals. Now we're getting a bunch of those in. I think we're getting those in from our strainer down there. Processor binding is something we craft up ourselves. The remainder of the items in here is just kind of random stuff, random junk. The gravel, on the other hand, is something I wouldn't mind putting up here as well. Gravel can go right there next to the sand. I did want to make sure to have a spot for it. And then those guys can go there. So as you can see, we just cleaned up a pretty good portion of our disk space. And these are just for random items. So it's perfectly fine. Now we just hook this guy back up. Not a problem. Boom. And now all of our items are back into our system. We have access to all of them again. And we should be good to go. Look at that. Beautiful. I like it. Very nice system, I gotta say. And now we have all of this hooked up. This is looking good. We're good to go on this. And we can just leave this on and just let it produce resources. So we have two methods of producing us some resources. We got the strainers now being automatically done and pulled into our system. We got, well, iron and a bunch of other resources coming in that way. Now, there's only a few things coming in that method. Now, we need to go through the second method, which is saying, hey, do we need more redstone, diamonds, emeralds, and whatever else is through that particular method. Nickel, let's see, nickel. So if I'm not mistaken, nickel ore chunks come from sand. All right, so sand is going to be the second one. This is going to give us our lapis, and then our silver, our lead, our bauxite. Now, do we actually even need these items? That's a good question. What things are nickel used for? Now, we're going to need it for Invar, but we can see here it's really only for tech chemistry. So do we actually need it if we're not going to be going into it? Maybe. We might do some silence mechanisms, so we might need it for that there. And there's also iron jetpacks, we got a pump, so there might be a chance that we're going to maybe need it, but as it sits right now, not really. So we're not going to worry about it at the moment. We'll hook it up when we need it, because that's what makes it fun. It gives us something to do. It pushes us to go do that. Now, as far as the rest of this is concerned, really don't want this to be clogging up my system, so I'm probably not going to worry about putting that in there right now. We do have some extra ore clusters in here that I didn't notice were in here before, so we'll just go ahead and pull those out for the moment. But yeah, like I said, the rest of this stuff, not really something I cared too much about being in our system. Just random stuff. So there we go. Fully automated. Free resources just going to be pumping into our system. Very nice. So now we can just kind of clean up the inventory and go about our business. And I think that was a productive day. Very productive. We got everything fully done. It only took like 3 years. It only took 3 years for us to get it all done, but we got it, and it's done. And it looks pretty nice. I actually like the way this looks. It contrasts out of the room a little bit, which is why I used these, because nether brick is surrounding us. So we don't want to use a whole bunch of that, but we already used it on the bottom here, and it didn't feel like changing it out. So I think it looks pretty good. Now, as far as all the gears are concerned back here, I like them being shown, and this actually needs to be cleaned up as well. Grab a little bit of this andesite, which andesite's great because we do need a lot of this for create. And in fact, we don't really need this setup anymore. So let's just go ahead and pick this up real quick. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. Get rid of that. Don't know why that was there. And we can clean this up back here. So all of this being powered by one water wheel, which is insane. And we can actually change this up now. We can actually fix this, but I'll worry about that later. Now, the rest of this is just like, holy crap. So we can actually, I know that looks weird, but that's like the only one that's really doing that. And then we have a whole bunch of these they're just kind of sitting up in the air. Now, I probably want to do something about that in the future because it just looks kind of weird that these gears are just floating. And it does bother me, but at the same time, they look so cool. I love the way they look, and they're going so fast. So we do need another set of these guys. It's going to probably be one of the next steps that we do. We're going to need some more crushing wheels to do either sand or just take it down from sand to the next step. So we're probably going to need honestly, we'll probably just need 2 more, and we might end up putting them like right here. Because when we come down in this room, most of this side is probably going to be closed off, and we'll just be able to see this, and then the wheels, and then the processing, and then this side is just going to be kind of maybe some other stuff that we get to. So I like it. Works out well. So anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, be sure to hit that like button. It really helps me out. Lets me know you guys are still enjoying this series. If you guys have any helpful tips, tricks, or comments, feel free to put in the comment section down below. Or like that one guy, you can just tweet me a book. That's fine too. I mean, if I don't reply, it doesn't mean I didn't read it, because I do read them. So anyways, like I said, thank you guys again. I really appreciate all of you guys coming and hanging out. And if you guys are interested, you can always check out my Twitch channel where I stream every night. Just figured I'd throw a plug in there, even though it works probably better at the beginning of the video, because most people, I think, probably left by now. Anyways, have a great rest of the day, and hopefully we'll see you guys back very soon. Until then, goodbye.